Christian Slater, starring in a revival of Glengarry Glen Ross, has unquestionably succeeded in bringing rapacious 80s assholes to life for a new generation. London, Glengarry Glen Ross, David Mamet's masterful examination of male ambition, misogyny and bullshit, is making a return to the West End at a vital time. It reopened in London this week just as a series of once formidable men were toppled and forced to confront their abuses of power. The savage banter and locker room talk of Mamet's play are yet to be bettered in decades of dramatic writing since the show opened here in 1983, before transferring to Broadway and then the big screen. The latest incarnation is directed by Sam Yates, a rising star of the British theatre scene, who recognizes the vitality of Mamet's words at a time when Hollywood and the West End are awash with accusations of bullying, intimidation and sexual misconduct. What's interesting about the play is Mamet's dealing with a kind of toxic masculinity, Yates told the Daily Beast. It's men all thrown together and you see dreadful behavior. You see the dreadful behavior of men who have power over others. For this revival, Yates has got himself an ideal leading man. Before performances this week, he was sitting in the empty Playhouse Theatre on the north bank of the River Thames alongside Christian Slater. One of the most talented young actors of his generation, Slater was once the hottest upstart in the brash era of 1980s and 90s Hollywood bad boys. Here he plays Ricky Roma, the top salesman in Mamet's real estate office, who was portrayed by Al Pacino in the 1992 movie. Slater admits to a modicum of anxiety about assuming the role played so brilliantly by one of his idols, but he wears it lightly. A lifetime on stage and screen helps to project a knowing confidence in his own ability. The character is perhaps best known for Pacino's spitting rage at Kevin Spacey's office manager in the film adaptation. You just cost me $6,000. $6,000, and one Cadillac. That's right. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it, asshole? You're fucking shit. Where did you learn your trade, you stupid fucking cunt, you idiot? Whoever told you that you could work with men? While Slater first emerged in Hollywood as a teen heartthrob, he also became a fixture in the tabloids after convictions for drunk driving, fighting with cops, trying to take a gun on a plane, and violence against his girlfriend, after which he was jailed and forced to take part in a domestic abuse program. He was also charged with third-degree sexual abuse after an allegation of assault in the street that was later dropped. He may still be boyishly handsome at the age of 48, but Slater is certainly capable of projecting Roma's air of menace. As a young man with so much influence and power, he had his own brushes with a toxic masculinity scene in Mamet's play. I asked whether he regretted his wilder years. No, I regret nothing, he told the Daily Beast. I've always taken my work extremely seriously and I think you learn from experience and it's a process. I started working at the age of 9, I have had an opportunity to grow up in this business, in front of everybody, so of course nobody gets through unscathed. It's just how I grew up. So everybody has gotten an opportunity to see highs and lows and ups and downs, that's part of life. Now that he has settled down, does he have any advice for people caught up in recent allegations of sexual harassment or violence against women? Oofed, Jesus. Gosh, I don't know. This is such a particular time where we've really hit the moment when such extraordinary change has to take place, so I'm happy that women's voices are being taken seriously and this age of secrecy and abuse of power era has to come to an end. I want women and all people to feel comfortable in the workplace, and I try to have that environment in my work. In the post-Weinstein world, it was jarring to hear Slater say he did not regret a history that includes being jailed for beating his girlfriend, so I asked at the end of the interview if he'd like a chance to clarify. What a salacious cunt this guy is. He replied. The PR stepped in and ushered him away to the next appointment. It was a flash of anger. A glimpse of Ricky Roma down in the stalls where we were talking. After the performance that night, he emailed to apologize. He explained that the question of regret is hard for me to reckon with. I do regret my words this morning, he wrote, but he offered none for his part in an era of Hollywood that may finally be coming to a close. During the show, as Roma, he laments the changing times. I swear it's not a world of men. It's a fucked up world, there's no adventure to it. Dying breed. Yes it is. We are the members of a dying breed. Slater is brilliant as the hot-tempered manipulator, leading the cast towards a crescendo of foul-mouthed repartee that was greeted with "Che."